Hola, amiguis. Welcome to Listen, Mija, the podcast where three Latinas at different stages of life share real stories, real laughs, and a whole lot of cultura. Whether you're here for chisme, sabiduría, or just a good chat, you've got a seat at our table. Let's get into it.
This one's
me.
I'm Jen.
I am the non-Jen. I'm Stella. So this topic is going to be a fun one today. It is in continuation of our sex talk. This one is called Holy Sex, Mija, the purity culture, pleasure, and the patriarchy. So let's talk.
Yes. All right. So this is going to be the one where I'm really uncomfortable, but it's cool.
I love that. Let's make her so uncomfortable, guys. Come on. We got to do this.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about growing up with sexual shame, how religion and culture shaped our views on sex as Latinas. We'll also touch on purity culture. We kind of talked about that last episode, but we can explore a little bit more. The Latina martyr complex. Double standards, which is a big one that pisses Stella off.
I'm sorry. This is
Stella
bullshit.
gets so mad.
Yes, men get praise and women get shamed.
Yep.
How is that like fair? I'm just telling you right now, it's not fair. Men, if women are going to get shamed, men should get shamed too. Just saying.
Little by little. Anyway,
I'll shame them.
More talking points.
Shame them for you.
Getting into my discomfort, claiming our own pleasure,
Oh, yeah.
orgasm toys, and putting ourselves first.
You missed that first word. It's orgasms.
Say it again.
Orgasms.
Yay, she said it.
Internalized guilt. Where does it show up in our sex lives? And then also kind of exploring our favorite topic, pop culture, and the different influences that this kind of topic plays into different shows that we all love. Or
Love Island.
Yep, Love Island, Jane the Virgin, The Handmaid's Tale, Bonnie Blue.
Oh my gosh.
I have no idea what that is. So,
She's a succubus. She's like this demon lady who sleeps with 1,000 men in one setting.
Did you see that, like the whole thing on social media about the woman who was like an OnlyFans star, but she like made it her goal to like sleep with 1,000 men in a day?
oh,
And
That's
she
funny.
did, apparently.
Okay.
1,000 and like more, right?
Yeah, and then they did a documentary on her.
okay. I'll have to.
I have to watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
But that sounds exhausting.
It does. Like, why do you even want 1,000 men near you? I would be like, get the fuck away. Like, I can't even handle one of you half the time.
I
Like,
think
fuck
it's
that.
marketing. It's marketing.
Definitely marketing.
That's really what it is.
I mean, what do they do? Just plug it into one of the holes and get the fuck out, and that counts?
Well, or it could be like multiple people at once. So like she was saying, like
Oh, gosh.
14 men
Like an orgy.
every 5 minutes or something. Yeah.
Lord.
Doesn't it sound like so tiring? It's just like annoying. Like, why do you want them all near you? First of all, they're all stinky. They're annoying. And then, like,
They're probably not even clean. Like, they
No,
probably
they're
smell like ass.
They're waiting in line. Too. They were
Ew.
literally like it was a whole event.
Okay, who fluffed them? Did someone fluff
I
them?
don't even-
They fluff themselves.
That is like, that's horrible. Like, are they going to be hard seeing all these men on top of this woman and then them over here just fluffing?
Well, the big news, what got it so popular was her talking about how she went to the hospital afterwards.
no shit.
And she was
Oh, shit.
hurting or something, and
I wonder why.
then they found out why. Then this whole story came out about the 1,000 men in one day for her OnlyFans event in
one
like
day.
Australia or something.
Oh, and there's another girl too. I forgot her name. It's like her arch nemesis. I forgot her name, but she had like 100 guys in the back hole in one day.
Okay.
I know, like this is like extreme. Okay,
But-
that's extreme.
It also, like, if we think about how we're discussing it, though, it plays into the Jezebel trope, right? Like, it's okay for men to have all these women, but then if a woman does it, then she's a whore. So it's like, we gotta, it's the double
I
standard.
mean, I'm definitely not calling her a whore, right?
Like, she does her thing,
no,
you
I'm
know.
not saying that we are. I'm saying
No,
that
definitely
the
not. I just want to be
media
clear for the
did.
audience.
Yes.
We're not calling her a whore. It just seems like way too much work. It's just
Yeah.
obviously
Too much work.
it's a publicity stunt.
Yes.
So your intentions are different.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. The
Like-
media portrayed it that way.
I-
So
Right.
it's like, oh my God. And then it sparked all this outrage of, keyboard warriors and stuff like that.
Oh my
But
god.
I think but all of it is all kind of leading us to talking about how we can redefine our sexual empowerment in our own terms and looking at it from a healing, honest, and empowering perspective, especially because, yes, we're women, we're millennials, but we're also mothers and we're raising daughters. So like all of that influences how we can make the world a little better for our girls when they get older.
They're sleeping with 1,000 men.
Definitely not that. I
mean,
want
I
that
hope
for my
not.
children. I hope not.
Is that empowering, though? Is that empowering
that's
to
what
her?
we're gonna
That's why I think
discuss.
she's a succubus. Because, I mean, maybe it gives her extra power, sucking it out of all the men.
I mean,
That's if you look at it from a spiritual perspective. My partner jokes about this every so often because he thinks it's funny, but he studied TCM, right? In addition to being a psychologist, he studied traditional Chinese medicine. And in that not just spiritual form of thinking, but like from a medical, holistic perspective, when women and men have intercourse, the idea is that women take men's energy when they have that connection, which I think is kind of misogynistic, but
No, but it's
that
kind
could
of
play into the succubus idea.
Yeah, it's kind of true. You know why? Because after sex, women are excited, right? We want more. The guy is dead right there laying there. He's like, ugh, my energy is dead. And the
might be
woman
Stella.
wants more.
maybe Stella.
Okay, maybe I am a succubus.
Maybe it's my perimenopause that's just like, I think I'm good.
Oh, no, I want it all day
Like,
long,
now I'm going to
all
have
night.
a good nap.
No. I can go hours and days.
Wow, that's awesome.
But not 1,000 men, because I cannot handle that, because I would want to torture
no.
them mentally.
I'd be more worried
Are you
about
sure
a
you're not the
UTI.
succubus, Stella?
Well, mentally, I don't want them touching me. Ew, have you seen them? I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know. I know I touch on it every so often, but like my autoimmune disease, it makes me tired. So there's this idea that there's like lazy sex. So I think,
But that's good.
something I have
You
to
need
lean
that.
into it.
No, you need lazy sex. Come on. You both get off, and it's a day, and it sounds amazing.
You're
Right.
sleepy.
There's nothing wrong with lazy sex.
Yeah.
Open wide. Have fun.
As long as it's consensual.
Consensual.
Oh my God, that's different. But
No,
yeah,
I know. I
yeah,
get that.
open wide, get off, and jump off, and have your
Yeah.
day.
Man.
We need your energy, Stella.
I do. I need Stella's energy.
I may have way too many kids though, if that was the case.
I'm already worn out just thinking about it.
I mean, yeah, the pull-out game doesn't work all the time, right? I love making you look at her. I love making her blush. I am having a field day. I really wish we had a camera right here so we
see
can
how
record
red I
us
am.
talking. She is red, and I'm
She's
driving.
so giggly.
Yeah, and I'm driving off this. Let's do it. Come on, let's make her have fun.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Okay, cool. Also, we're not going to kink shame here, by the way.
No, never. Open wide.
Well, that's part of like acceptance, though, too, right? It's part of coming to terms and healing when it comes to like, okay, I can communicate with a partner. These are the things that I like, and I think that plays into that a lot. And this idea of like shame in general, totally is like, it's difficult to deal with. I know that's something that's why I'm so giggly and I turn red, is because it's like there's a lot of shame undertone when it comes to this because of how I was raised,
Yeah.
how I was or was not taught about sex.
Oh yeah, tell us more, both of you. I want to hear this.
So what's one message you were taught growing up that you had to unlearn as an adult? I put down like 6 things, but Jenny or Stella, one of you can start.
I think Jenny can start. I have quite a few too.
I mean, this is great because I actually didn't put anything in here in our notes, but I agree.
That's why I added so many.
But it's also because I'm all over the place, right? Because I was raised Catholic, so and I had a strict military father.
Oh shit.
My mom, I don't know. Like, she definitely was not open to having a conversation about sex. She was very uncomfortable with it. And I know I mentioned it before that my brother was really into porn. So I had a teenage brother, and like, so I found out about sex like all the wrong way. Oh, my poor dad. I'm so sorry, but my dad had a porn book. Like, it was more like a
magazine?
No, it was it's so old. Actually, it might ring a bell for people. It's called The Joy of Sex. It was more of like a
the moves like a Kama Sutra.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
Oh.
It was just more of like how to discover pleasure in different ways. I think I was just very shocked that my dad had something like that because I'm like, why doesn't my dad?
A porn book. It sounds like education.
Right,
Yes,
sorry,
that's
not a
sad.
porn book, but I mean, to me, it's
It was
porn
porn,
because
you hadn't seen a.
You were young. I mean,
I'm running into this book and I've only ever seen porn.
at least you didn't run into a vibrator or a dildo. Can you imagine?
Oh wow. That was later.
shit,
Like,
what's this?
when I was finally in my 20s. But anyway, but yes, sex being dirty, only saved for marriage and having a family to make children. I was a single mom, so like being shamed for being a single mother too, or just having sex out of wedlock. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like, I found out about sex all the wrong ways.
Oh.
No one talked to me about the birds and the bees.
Yeah. I think my mom tried to talk to me about it when I was younger, but I feel like I was too young to fully understand it. But I think she was coming at it from the perspective of, like, I don't want people touching you, like good touch, bad touch, that kind of thing. And then like trying to explain where babies came from.
Okay.
So I think that was like, and I was like maybe 8, and I was like, what?
Oh, from like a reproductive standpoint.
But then beyond that, this idea of like self pleasure or feel like the feelings you go through when you go through puberty, right? Like there's all these jumble of emotions with boys or the opposite sex, or even if you aren't necessarily cisgendered, there's these feelings of shame that come with how we should feel about and in our body.
Right.
Right? Like that we should be ashamed of our bodies in terms of growth and development. Like I didn't develop very early. And I was always a really tiny, skinny, like flat-chested young person as it was. But then as I got older, like when I started nursing or when like my boobs got so big, I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta hide myself. And like, because we have this, right? We get this like ingrained in ourselves, like, oh, like that person's a hoochie, look at all that cleavage or something like that, right? I think there's a sexuality piece of our bodies as this divine feminine, right? Because we have a bosom and we have beautiful hips and curves. And instead of like owning that and feeling empowered, a lot of us end up wanting to hide it, right? Because we're not necessarily given good examples about that stuff. Or my mom wasn't super religious growing up, but my brother's father's side was, and that's who raised me. And this idea that like, because they're they're Pentecostal, like speaking in tongues, like going to church multiple times throughout the week. Yeah, this idea that God is always watching, like that's kind of told to me when I was in like middle school and up, right? Only loose women sleep around, and sex is dangerous. And I think that in that case, I feel like especially Latinas in general too, like because it's like a theme throughout a lot of people in our culture, whether they have same religion or not. We weren't given good examples of safety and consent when it came to sexuality. We kind of had to figure it out ourselves, and we're just told to be like abstinent. Like, that's the theme that you're taught, like be abstinent, but not offered any ways to protect ourselves if we weren't abstinent, whether that's birth control, condoms, all of that stuff was taboo. Right. And I feel like that, along with, I'm going through puberty, my body's changing, I'm feeling these certain ways in my nether regions, in my groin. What is that? Like
no spot.
No, gird your loins. Or
oh yeah.
And it's like we aren't necessarily taught that like that's natural, but we have to come at it from these safe, consensual ways. And if this is something that you pursue, this is how you can protect yourself, so you don't have a baby when you're a teenager, or you don't get an STD. All that stuff was like too taboo for, I feel like, the elders to talk to us about. And that definitely creates this like sense of like stress for me even now as an adult, where I'm trying to like, okay, how can I love my body? How can I be okay with sensuality? How can I communicate with a partner about what my needs are? Right. Versus making it, that's the other thing too, making it about them, right? Because sex is something for men and not necessarily for us,
women. Right.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, mine was different. My mom, again, don't do it. My mom said it was disgusting. That's what she put in her brains growing up. It's disgusting. Women who enjoy it are prostitutas.
Or sucias.
Prostitutes. Yeah, sucias. Women don't need it to survive. Nope, it's a male thing. It's only for men. And you lose value when you have it. Like, when I lost it, I remember she flipped out. She found out it was not a good thing. I lost value. I was worthless.
Weren't you older, though, right?
I was older. I was 18. No, I was 18, yeah. But she was so ashamed of me, called me worthless. It's a bad thing. Yeah. And now I'm trying to do the exact opposite for my daughter. It's like, no, you're not worthless. No, it's perfectly natural, guys. Like, I'm trying to break this cycle. Like, every single one of us heard our moms did not talk about protection. Yeah. Our moms did not talk about it. It was more like, don't do it. stay away. It's bad.
Yeah.
There are hookers that do it. No, it's disgusting. My mom would always say how gross it was. And I asked my sisters before coming today. I'm like, what did mom say about sex?
Yeah.
Don't do it. Prostituta. That's the one word they would write. And I was cracking up. It's funny now.
Yeah.
But back then, that was just,
Yeah, it's shameful. It makes you feel shameful.
yeah, it's shameful.
Does-
Like,
okay,
it definitely
now that your
is.
mom is older and you have kids, is it different? Because I know with my mom, like she wasn't like, now that I have a teenager though, she's like, you need to talk to her, you need to make sure
No.
she's on birth control, you need to do all
interesting.
these things. And I was like, Mommy, I know, like I've learned from your mistakes. She's like, I know, I just want to make sure.
Your mom is younger.
Aw,
though,
you're
right?
right.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
it's probably more speaking from experience.
Exactly. Ours is older.
Yeah,
Like
my
mine too.
mom's a little bit older, but she never necessarily. I mean, that's weird. Like, I'm realizing my mom never even.
Talks about it.
She
No.
still doesn't really talk about it. Like, even when it comes to my oldest. But
Same here.
I remember attempting to tell her about my sexcapades when I was dating a lot.
What did she say?
And she would just kind of like take it for what it was. But at some point, she'd be like, God, Jennifer, like, can't you just keep it under wraps for a little bit? And I'm like, I'm not giving it away. Like,
Close them legs.
but I am trying to have fun.
Hell yeah.
My mom would love you as a dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's the one that jokes with me, and I'm just like, Mommy, what did you say?
I mean, I would be so horrified.
I would be excited. No, my mom still doesn't talk this.
It's
like,
true though.
still.
They're older, but they still are alive. And
Okay.
Right.
Okay, if you guys think I'm crazy, my sisters are even crazier. So when it's us three
Whoa.
together,
we need to have
my
them on the podcast.
Oh, boy.
mom is like, ustedes son putas. Like, she freaks out when we talk because my sisters have no shame. They're like, yeah,
God.
you know, micro penis and all this stuff. Like,
They're
what?
younger than you, right?
They both
they
are.
Gen
I'm
Zers
the
or they're
oldest.
millennials.
They're
too?
millennials, but I'm the oldest. My youngest is 10 years younger, but
Okay.
we are all crazy
Oh,
together
okay.
and we talk stuff. And my mom still to this day is like, God, you guys are such hookers. Oh my gosh, you guys are just so slutty. You guys have no shame. And it's like, no, it's not that. It's we own it. We own it.
Yeah.
We're honest. What you see is what you get. We are raw. We are real.
Yeah.
And if we want to open up our legs, we're adults to do so. We will just use protection, something, we didn't really get much other
Yeah.
than school.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Prostituta. That's the only word I think about when it's, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh no, you guys, trust me, most people cannot handle me and my sisters together, especially them too.
You just all go out.
No.
all of your sisters and me and Jenny.
You guys would be tormented, and then I'll look at both of you and I'll be
I
like
would
this.
be so worn out. I'd be like, I gotta go. I gotta take a nap. I think
You
it's time
guys
for
can't
bed.
handle me. Imagine-
It's literally 3 Stellas.
No. They're crazier than Stella.
Oh my God. No, I'm already tired.
I know. I'm like, no.
I gotta
I'm
lay down.
sorry. I'll like sit there and I'll actually stay quiet and watch you guys.
I remember meeting your
Oh, they're
sisters.
crazy.
Your little brother.
Oh, he's nice.
Yeah.
He's nice.
He was
Aw.
quiet. He was very
Well, yeah, because he's like tormented and tortured by us. Like, that's
Poor
what we
kid.
do.
That poor guy.
I know. Okay, here's a fun one. So, when did you guys first realize pleasure wasn't selfish? Or are you still working through it?
Oh,
Jen?
I'm working through it, but I do now. I understand. I've been going through like a re-education, so to speak. Since I've been in therapy, like it was funny. I brought it up with Linda too. I'm like, you realize that I don't ever talk about sex with you? She's like, I know. Why is that? I think we have to work on that. I was like, yeah, probably, definitely gonna need.
yeah.
I think I'm definitely still working on it, but I understand that it's important. It's also part. I think it could also be part of self-care, right?
Yeah.
It's like the idea of masturbation. It shouldn't be like a dirty, scary, terrible thing. Like it's if you like, how can you communicate with a partner what your needs are, or what feels good, if you don't know and you haven't explored what feels good to you,
Yeah.
right? Because like I read Reddit way too much. Cosmo.
That's
and
probably what it is.
Allure.
You're too in your head.
Yes, but the thing is, it's so interesting that there's so many women who have not really ever fully felt an orgasm, right?
Right.
That's
Right.
sad and that's scary, and it's like, why? Like that's if, like especially if we go back to the religious part, if sex wasn't and orgasm wasn't part of who we are innately, then why did God make us that way?
Right.
Right? Why is it got to be such a dirty thing? I think part of it is control and power, and being able to look at pleasure, self-pleasure, whether that's masturbation or toys or things like that for yourself. Understanding that kind of allows you to take your power back as a woman. You don't necessarily need a man or another person to help you feel that feel good thing, right? Instead of relying on another person to do that for you. But I also think that it's, if you don't do that, you don't understand it,
Or you don't understand your body.
yes, then you
Right.
can't. What makes you think that you're going to be able to communicate with another person to feel good?
Right.
And it shouldn't be up to another person. We should be able to do that. I feel
Exactly.
like I learned about masturbation when I was a teenager, and yeah. So, but then there was that undertone of religious shame, like,
Right.
oh my God, I'm such a dirty person. Why did I just do that? I'm gonna go take a shower.
Or like
clean
my
out
ancestors
sins
are
up.
watching me right now.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. Yes. But now that I'm older, I'm like, that's bullshit. And I don't want to feel shame. And communicating that it's not a shameful thing, but it's something that you should do in private with yourself. And like, but in the future, you may want to do those things with other people. That's okay. You just got to do it in a way that's consensual and, protected, especially as you get older and you're able to like bear children. But I didn't get that when I was younger. So I always had this stigma of like, this is a shameful, dirty thing, and you're a dirty person for doing it.
Right.
And now as an adult, though, I'm breaking through that, because if I want to have a good relationship, like, not that my relationship depends on, sex or something like that, but if
Right.
I want to have a healthy relationship that includes those things, right, I need to be able to communicate that and understand what my needs are and be open to exploring and sharing that with my person that I love. But then also being okay with myself, loving myself in that way too.
Yeah.
How about you? When did you realize pleasure wasn't selfish?
I'm kind of like Jen. I'm still kind of working through that. Like, even through all of these years with the same partner too. And like, even after having a lot of years of self-discovery, being single, I still spent a lot of time like in the church, like as a single woman or single mother, I should say. Like, there's still so much shame like involved in that too. And like, even the friends that I did have like in the church with small group and stuff like that, or like the friends that I did have in church, it was like, God, Jenny, like, why are you doing that? You're not supposed to do that. It's like, give it up, y'all. I have a kid.
Seriously, come on.
But we're also women. Like,
Yeah,
you're
loosen
trying to
up.
tell me that like you don't have any kind of like urges,
Yeah.
any moments alone where you're self-discovering. But it is pretty much just like Jen. Like, I'm going through like a weird hormonal transitional phase anyway with my perimenopause. Like, it's not as enthusiastic as it used to be. We'll put it that way. Because I'm like pushing through like some fatigue and like constant tiredness, but like, so really trying to take care of my body differently so that way I can be enthusiastic and excited for sex again. But like Jen said, like communicating that with your partner, because in the beginning it was like nonstop sex. Like, it was just like a lot of it happening. Even
Nice.
So it wasn't difficult for me to communicate like my needs in the beginning. But now it's like everything is changing and evolving, and it's almost like weird for me at least, to say like, I'm actually not in the mood right now. Like,
Seasons. So too, you guys have been together for so long.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you go through seasons and phases, especially when you're like what you're going through health wise, kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all of that impacts. And I think it also means that you have to be okay with taking care of yourself too sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did speak to our therapist about maybe like scheduling sex, which she like didn't hate that idea. She's like, I think that's actually kind of good because it gets you excited for what's to come. Like, my partner smells really good. Like, yeah, I get that.
Tuesday's coming up, baby. Spaghetti and noodles in between my leg.
Exactly. And so, but like you said, like communicating that is almost challenging because it's like you don't even want to admit that you're going through such crazy changes that like it's not going to be the same as it used to be.
No, it's going to be better because it's going to be different, and different is good, and that's what people need to realize.
And change is fine.
Change is
and I
good.
realize that, but I do have a partner that has needs too. He doesn't pressure me at all. Like, I'm not trying to say that at all.
Do you just rub him off one then? Be like, here, like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to rub you off. And then now, like, move on to a longer day.
Oh, boy. No.
Oh, my God. Jen's dying, by the way. Are you alive?
Only because she knows exactly who you're talking about. That's probably what it is. Oh, babe, I love you so much. I'm not going to try and reveal too much of her personal, because I love him very much, and I do want to keep some shit private. But no, it's not like that. Because it's almost like neither of us can enjoy it unless both of us are involved.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of have that weird mentality. It shouldn't be weird, right? But I think it's just how we care about each other and how we want intimacy from each other. So it's like not as fun when it's just one of us.
Oh.
But I can see what you're saying, though. So
Yeah.
I see that.
I would pull my hair back and go to town. Like,
Yeah.
But then again, I've only been with my guy for 2.5 years, so it's a little different. Yeah.
It's like the early stages are always like so much more exciting
Like you
and
said.
fun. Like,
All the sex.
there was a lot of like kinky shit that happened in the beginning too.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
Share more.
I did recently take a trip to Lover's Lane for Christmas to kind of like spice it up a little. And I love that it's still kind of been all boxed up and like unused.
Are you serious? Oh my God. Did you get the whip?
No.
No. You gotta
No,
hit him.
because
Tie
we
his
have
ass up and hit him.
Stella is obviously the what is it when you're in BDSM? What is it? It's like the
dominatrix.
yes, the dominant.
Okay. Well, look at my mat. He has a dominatrix for free. Men pay for it usually. I'm a bargain.
No, you are well worth that ring.
I'm a bargain.
No, we did not get those kind of toys. But I got it
I know what to get you.
with the thought of trying to spice it up at some point. But it's still kind of just sat there wrapped up, like unused at the moment.
There's these ones that you can use
But I'm so, guys, I'm just so fucking tired all the
know.
time.
with your app, and you don't have to do anything.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I wonder how. Maybe just it's me. I have a thing with my it's nice. I can't.
I think
Maybe
it's
it's because I had a baby 3 years ago.
I mean, right. It probably does not sound appealing at the moment. I mean, I've had 2 babies. Both of them tore me. Like, I ended up with 3rd-degree tears with both of them.
Oh my gosh.
So there's only really so much that I can do, too.
First, I can't even imagine what 3rd was, and that was bad.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
And they did still snip me, too, by the way. Like, they still did do the...
Well, I put it in my, you could do birthing notes. You could take it with you. And I literally wrote, I do not want an episiotomy. Please communicate with me if you need to do something like that.
Yeah. The first time was definitely not communicated with me. The second time was because she was just like, this baby's not coming out unless I do something. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, fine. So she did it, but then I still tore her anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking kids.
All right, guys, these are the results from sex.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Safe.
you gotta take it easy.
Being safe. Oh my gosh. No. So I realized due to Sex in the City, shout out to the OG Sex in the City,
Yes.
not the show now. That
Yes.
sucks.
Yes.
What is it called? Here We Go Again or something?
And just like that.
Just like that.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
it's horrible. But the OG, because I saw there, women
Yes.
owned their sex, right? They owned
Yeah.
their sexuality. And I was like, shit, I want to be like that. I always wanted to be like Samantha, but I think I ended up being like Carrie. So it's kind of annoying.
Carrie.
It's
Yeah.
fucking annoying. But I realized sex was natural. In college health courses, that's where I learned about all that shit. About, wrapping it up, being safe, birth control. Because, my mom didn't teach me. She just said, puta and cochina and all that.
Distuta.
And all that stuff. But yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, I know what to get both of you guys for Christmas. You are getting whips, you are getting handcuffs, and you better use them.
I have handcuffs, dude. I don't need that.
I
have toys from my 20s too.
That's where definitely was Sex in the City was like
Yes.
eye-opening for
Yeah.
me in my 20s.
That was so empowering. That's why I think that is such a show that made a huge difference in women.
Yeah.
It made us own our sexuality. It made us stand out that we are not just creatures that bear kids, Like we are more than that. And even now, just like that, that's the only cool thing about that is that they're still very sexual and they're still showing that. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. It doesn't matter how old you are. You're owning your sexuality.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes, I'm 42 and I have a 28-year-old fiance. Yeah. We're owning our shit. We're sexual beings. Yeah. And it's okay to love sex. It really is.
I think it's a beautiful thing too. And I think like the other thing that helped me with stuff like that, I'm a nerd, obviously, is books. So
of course not.
Yeah,
a nerd.
Stella brought up the Kama Sutra.
Hell yeah.
Read about that, yoga, yoni, all those things. I think that is where my empowerment came, was through educating myself on those things and how that can be like a beautiful healing thing for a woman to be able to learn about, utilize, understand. But yeah, definitely Sex and the City was super empowering.
Is the yoni the Pikachu down there?
Yeah, your yoni's your vagina.
Oh, I always call it Pikachu.
That's why they have those things like the yoni crystals, and I don't know, I'm just thinking of crystal up there.
I remember that
like
word.
Those, like yoni cleanses and things like that.
What do you guys call yours?
Feminine health care. And it's not that's not what I call it, but that's what they, like, the terminology they use.
Yeah, the yoni. I remember that. What do you guys call your vaginas?
I don't give it a name.
I don't give it a name either.
What?
Should I be?
Yes, you name her. She owns a name. She needs a name.
She has her own personality, and she's got a. I refer to her as a her, like a separate entity from myself. So, but she doesn't have a name.
Yeah, but it definitely, I look at it from like the divine feminine perspective.
Really?
Too,
Mine's Pikachu.
Nice.
Yeah. Pikachu is out. Yeah, like with the red ball. Bring it on.
With the lightning.
Okay, now the best topic, the one that pisses me off.
Oh, the double standards.
Get praised for sexuality, but women get judged for it. What do you guys think about that?
I think going back to Sex and the City, that's where I realized about the double standards. And how, because I think they did such a beautiful job of showcasing, especially through Samantha, the fact that you can own your sexuality. And
people did shame her.
You don't have to depend on another person, but that she was very sexual and she wasn't like afraid to like admit that.
Right. Or talk about it.
Yeah. Like
she owned it.
She would be like, and they would consider her like the male archetype, right? I have all of these conquests and fuck you for like judging me for it.
No, she put herself first.
Yeah. And I think that kind of showed me like, oh, there is a fucking double standard in this world where if a woman does what Samantha does, she's a whore, she's slutty, she's done all these, she's loose or whatever, right? But if a guy does that, it's like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, like, he's the man.
On the back, he's the man.
All these conquests, right?
There's another movie that reminds me of that too. Do you remember the book Scarlet Letter? I read that in high school, but do you remember?
Oh my God.
Easy
right?
A.
Easy A, yeah.
Yes. That was another movie, like Easy A, where it was like,
they shamed this
girl, and she didn't even do anything, right?
No, she was a virgin.
But like,
it was like all rumors, right?
Yes,
all rumors.
Yeah.
And it showcased how like mean girls can be to each other,
yeah,
especially in the name of spirituality and religion. And it makes me think about what you were saying earlier too, where like you're like, oh, Jenny, and you're like,
yeah, I had a kid.
I have a kid, like,
right?
But yeah, it just reminds me of Scarlet Letter, and that's actually when I was a sophomore in high school where I started seeing like misogyny and I started seeing the double standards, was after I read that book, and I was like, holy shit. And I thank God I had a really like feminist English teacher. Like I was in advanced lit when I was in high school.
That's cool.
And she like talked about those things and feminism and female empowerment and how, misogyny plays into all of these things. And I'm just like, this is where like my activism, my like feminist like empowerment started, was when I was in sophomore in high school, because of the double standards that I was seeing through literature.
That is so cool. I probably didn't even reach that point until maybe college, honestly, because I had like a really cool like feminist sociology teacher who was very hyper empowered too, and I think I learned a lot from her. And I took another course, and I can't even remember what it was called, but essentially it was just about like world views, like we talked about everything. We talked about sexual orientation. We talked about humanity and human rights and religion too. Because I remember like we had like a Muslim girl come in and talk about her faith and stuff. So it was interesting. Like, and I think I didn't really necessarily learn much about various cultures until I took those courses.
Yeah. That is so cool though. Now you have me remembering college. I went to a Catholic school, guys. Me in a Catholic school.
man.
By the way, I was probably the
checks.
easy A there. I was the bad. I was the Sam Jones there, put it that way. But there was a class called Family Life Planning or something. It was like a family sciences class.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think the teacher hated me. Oh my gosh. I would always make comments. Like she would like try shaming women. Like women are at home with their kids. Like always trying to shame us. And I would say something like, no, we are where we want to be.
Yeah.
She would get so mad at me. She would actually kick me out of class.
Yeah, that is so fucked up.
In college. And I was
messed
like,
up.
I was like, no way. Like, no, this ain't gonna fly with me. I'm sorry. Like, even back then, I know I grew up with like that, small mindset of women are gross if they open legs or whatever. And I'm like, no, we're not. I've always thought differently. You know why? Because if men can do it, why can't we? Right?
Yeah.
Like, even our grandparents' time, the guys were all like, like, fucking around behind their wives, right?
Yeah.
Facts. And the women accepted it. I remember one of my grandmas, I think it was my dad's mom, was like, it happens. You have to accept it. And I'm like, hell no.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's a common theme in Hispanic culture too.
It is. It is a common theme. So men get praise, but us,
It just happens.
If a woman does it to her husband, it is the end of time.
Yeah.
She is shamed relentlessly. She is kicked out of the family. Like such a double standard.
Yeah.
Or some cultures still do this in some religions, even here in the U.S., where they check the woman before marriage to see if she's a virgin.
Yeah.
That's so wild to me.
It's a global.
Right. It's global.
That is
India,
insane.
China,
But I'm surprised in the U.S. they even do it.
Yep.
I mean, the U.S. is trash.
Very trashy.
Seriously, are we the Florida of the world?
I feel
Probably.
like we are. That's true. Yeah, I think about too, like the whole idea of like if you're virginal. Like when I lost my virginity, I was with the same boy for like from sophomore year all the way through part of college.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's the person I lost my virginity to, but he came from a super Catholic background, so it was always like this like dichotomy of like push and pull,
like, yeah.
of like we explore each other in these beautiful ways, and I was very active then in that right?
Nice.
I was blossoming truly and exploring truly. But then his family, we were engaged, but I don't think his family liked me because when they found out,
probably
he left a condom in his bag.
No
When
way.
he would come visit me from college, or when I would drive down to Southern Illinois to visit
But it
him.
was all your fault, right?
Yeah.
You were the one that was the
Her
problem.
fault. She did that to him.
Right.
She made him do that.
Yes, but
I had a boyfriend with parents like that too.
and
I was the problem.
yeah, we didn't last. But it was also he's white, right? White background.
Yeah,
upper
same.
middle class. I'm this brown person. I'm poor. They know my family issues. But I was still a good kid. I had straight A's. I was in college. I
Right.
worked full time on top of attending.
Oh yeah, no, that
school.
wouldn't matter.
And
No, it doesn't.
You could be the person that cured cancer, and they wouldn't give a shit. You're still the hoe.
yeah.
You open your legs up further. It's
You deflowered my son. How dare you?
Yes. But it's it was both. It was a mutual thing. So I'm I never
But it's still your fault.
But it impacted me as
Yeah.
I got older and moved on to future relationships. So it was always oh my God, was it is this because of me? Am I
Yeah.
a bad person? Am I But it's
I get that.
especially when you're in college, you're going through this evolution, this maturity.
Yep.
You're learning more about yourself. Maybe you already went through puberty, but it's almost like a second puberty. I feel when you're getting through those upper ages where you're trying to figure out yourself, and
Right.
that had a huge impact on me. But it just made me think about what you're saying with the virginal woman. Oh, how are you gonna get married? How are you gonna wear a white dress?
Yeah, you can't do that because you had sex.
Right.
No white dress for you.
But
Okay,
what
bitch.
about him?
Yeah,
He
okay,
was
bitch, I'll wear
engaging
black.
as well.
Yeah, I'll wear black just like his suit.
Yeah,
Let's do
but
this.
we loved each other, so it was this beautiful relationship. But then it was
Right.
definitely negatively impacted because of outside perspective.
I'm so sorry. That is horrible.
Yeah, but I fucked up too. I cheated on him in the end. But I think now that I'm older, what I think it is that I was so engrossed in how much I cared for him that I pushed him away by doing that, because at the end he was supposed to come back home, and then he ended up going on for a master's degree, and then leaving to go to the West Coast
Oh, wow.
for a big internship. Super smart person, probably incredibly successful now. Like I was gonna have to wait we literally had a long distance relationship for like 5 years, and I was gonna have to wait another 2 years.
Right.
And then I realized that I was like, what the hell am I doing? I don't see my friends on the weekends. I'm going over there and we're just seeing each other and we spend time with each other. We have sex. But then I'm completely losing out on life as a college student because I'm devoting my time to drive to him.
Right.
And I think I got to a point where like we started like fighting and breaking up and then getting back together, fighting, breaking up, getting back together. And then I cheated on him. And I was like, I think that was me subconsciously pushing him away because I knew that his family wasn't going to accept us getting married.
But you also put yourself first.
Yeah,
you
and I
put
put
yourself
myself
first
first.
instead of putting him first.
Yeah.
So you did a very mature thing by always.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Remember what Sam Jones
Yes,
said?
but that's my problem too.
Yeah.
Still, as an adult now, I have a hard time putting myself first, which is hilarious because my partner, he argues with me about it, gets so mad at me. He's like, you didn't take your medicine?
Yeah.
I was like, I was cooking for the kids. He's like, you're not remembering yourself. I'm like, why are you getting mad at me?
No, you have to.
But I get it now and I see it, and it's like
That's
a lot
cute.
of this historical undertone when it
Yeah.
comes to myself, sexuality. All of that was definitely impacted because of that past relationship, and also my upbringing with my mom, because she was very dependent on men.
Oh, gosh.
And they're terrible, shitty, abusive relationships.
Yeah.
So I had all this conflicting like information
Yeah.
on how, and then it like totally like made me fumble in terms of how do I like progress forward as a human, a sexual being, when all of these things around me were negative.
No, just remember what Samantha Jones said. Remember? She said, I love you, but I love me more.
Yes. Yeah. That's
Yeah, it's
my
iconic.
partner says that too. He's like, it should be in our relationship. You take care of yourself 1st, and then we take care of each other. And if we're good, we like our kids are good.
Yeah.
Right. But I have like, again, we're ingrained Latinas. Like my brain automatically goes, I need to take care of my kids.
Right. That's a single parent mentality too.
Yeah, it is.
So it's almost like hard to get yourself out of that because you're in like a survival mode.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily just thinking about yourself. Although those were the times where I was probably mostly in that self-discovery phase. You know, after getting out of the relationship where I had my oldest daughter. And then I was like just dating, just to date.
Yeah.
So, but still, there was, I mean, like I said, there was still shame in that too because I was involved in the church. And like you said too, I was dating guys like within the church and there's just like this constant push and pull. Like, no, we shouldn't do this. Okay, let's pray after since we like got into some weird. Yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
Hey now.
It just makes me feel so sick now, like thinking about it. Like we would fall into temptation and then we'd be like, let's pray about it.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, ugh.
But you learned from it. I mean, you learned. That's the thing. All our life, it's all a lesson. We're learning it every day and we're growing and evolving.
But at that time, there was still like,
Yeah.
and not just from the church, there's like shame attached to it. One, because of the Catholic upbringing.
Yeah.
But because like, I probably was more of like the easy A girl too, because I would have lots of rumors being spread about me. So I was the slut, even though I never even touched a penis. So,
Penises are nice. Touch it.
not all of them. Not all of them are nice.
Some of them have germs.
I've
can
touched a
flick 'em.
few.
Just go like this. Like,
I've touched a few. They're not all of them are nice.
you can kick it.
But yeah, like I would be the one who rumors would be spread about, and like so I would be so concerned about public opinion all the time. Like I don't want to look like a slut either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though there's no like real way that a quote unquote slut looks like.
There's no, like, seriously, no.
societal expectations.
Yes.
You should only be with one person.
Right,
You
but
marry them and then you have
Exactly.
sex.
And this
Oh,
is, and I'm
no.
talking about like middle school and high school where like girls are pitting themselves against each other and it
And they
turns
still
into like
are when they're adults.
I mean they are, but it's just not in your face as much.
Exactly.
Because you're seeing these people every day and like you
Oh, okay.
sometimes there's passive aggressive shit
Yeah.
being said in the
Backhanded
hallways
comments.
and rumors being spread, and then you get sent to the office about like, do we need to have a conversation about protection or abstinence?
Wait, you have?
And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Christ, like none of this is true.
Well, if you think about it, in the 90s,
Yeah.
like, that was the thing that they pushed was abstinence.
They did.
And
Save yourself.
sex ed.
Purity rings. Oh my gosh, you remember those?
Oh, I didn't know purity rings were a thing until I was like out of the church.
I remember the Jonas Brothers.
I remember that too. No, I knew about it in high school because I was in a community that was very predominantly white and Christian, and that was like the
Purity
thing that they
rings.
said, oh, my purity ring, I'm gonna give it to my boyfriend so that when we get married, we can, But yeah.
Okay, if you get married and he has a micro penis, you're stuck with it. Like, no, see it first.
But size,
Or
does it really
crooked.
matter?
No,
it's how
crooked
you
is good. You
use
just gotta
it.
move.
Oh,
You just gotta
no.
move
It's
to the other
how you
angle.
use it.
I don't mind that. It's like the micro. It's a size. I'm a size queen.
Okay. But if they know how to use their finger or their tongue in a different way, then
But then I might as well be a lesbian at that point.
Oh, see that also. Well, no,
I don't
that.
mind.
No,
Oh
that,
my God,
that-
Stella.
Speaking of that, I think that plays into this conversation too, right? It's the idea of like I kissed a girl and I liked it, and all these different social terms,
yep.
especially when you're in college, like all girls experiment and things like that, right? That
Never
and then
did.
that's what guys really want, like I want to have a threesome, but with two girls and me and all these crazy things. But it's
I
also
do dream of that all the time.
yeah, but it's also like how do you have those opinions and ideas in a social construct when you don't support the LGBTQ plus community, right? It's
yep.
okay when you're involved, but
Yeah,
if someone
yeah.
else, then you can use all the slurs and things like that, which
Right.
is really fucked up. But also, is that really a problem? Like, why? Like, if it's love, it's love. Maybe you do want to experiment with another girl when you're in college or
Go
something
have
like
fun.
that. Have fun, right?
Experiment anytime. You don't have to be in college.
Yeah,
But it also doesn't have to be the expense of people.
No, they should know.
I learned that the hard way. So here's some revealing news. I did have a minor relationship with a woman, and I treated
Why does
it
it got to be minor?
well because I treated it.
Life changing though? Like, did it impact you in any kind of
I mean,
way?
yes,
You learned from it.
I learned from it, but there was
It's a lesson. and
there
it
was
fun.
a lot of confusion attached to it because you're not supposed to be in same-sex relationships.
Yeah, because of religion. And
Exactly.
culture.
And I did like her, but I guess I didn't know how to like follow through.
Yeah.
So I treated it like an experiment.
Yeah.
But she was known to be queer, like so but I treated it like an experiment, like, oh, this is just my sexy phase. But, I mean, years later I realized like how poorly I handled that. I remember like after a very public episode that we had in front of some coworkers, I remember going into work the next day. They're just like, it's okay to like her because she really likes you. And I was just like, no, like, and I just kept like dismissing it. Like, that's not a real thing. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I handled it very poorly. So like even after I had my first child, like I remember reaching out to her randomly and I must have been flirting with her too because she was like, you have a kid now. And I think that was like, oh, I can't do this. I can't fuck around with her like this because I probably hurt her feelings. So that probably was like the biggest slap in the face. Like I fucked this up really bad. Like I did not handle this well. So
But I feel like too, it's like
I felt like that was at her expense. Unfortunately, I didn't handle that very well.
You learn, but I
It is
also
a
feel like
lesson.
it's so gendered. Like, why can't we just love who we love and
Right?
but obviously within what's the word, like boundaries with each other. But you're also really young. Like you're young,
Yeah, I was in my early 20s
Oh my gosh.
when that happened.
You're still
Maybe 19
during that time.
Not entirely.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember.
She's learning.
Your frontal lobe was not developed.
My frontal lobe is still not developed.
Oh, but it still eats at me though because
I know, it's a
I
guilt.
handled that so poorly,
It's
and I
guilt.
probably should have just like
But you know what?
come out at that point.
It happened because it had to happen. You learned. She
Yeah.
learned from it. You were so young.
Yeah. Well, me
Yeah.
and my partner, we talk about this too all the time, where it's like, it doesn't necessarily, like, you don't have to give yourself a label, like coming out,
No.
like I'm
Right.
bi, I'm this, I'm
You're
that.
human.
I'm a human living a human experience, and I had this connection with this person.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it was a man or a woman or whatever. It was this person that I'd felt deeply connected with. I fucked it up, but now I learned from that so that I can be a better
Partner now,
for
yeah.
You're
whoever else
learning.
you're with.
Yeah, you're learning.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have a connection, just want to bang them. Bang them if you're both agreeing.
I mean,
to it.
right,
and
of course.
communicate that. Yeah,
Have fun.
yeah.
Life is too short.
And that was something that I learned while dating. Like,
Yeah.
Sure, whatever, bang it out. Like,
Bang
as
it
long
out.
as it's consensual, you
Yes.
guys are both adults. Like,
You both know that it is only a bang out session.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's like, I think it plays into the idea that, like, Latino women, we're told that our worth lies in our silence, our suffering, our sacrifice, especially in relationships. But, like, being able to, and even sacrificing our own self pleasure for the pleasure of another person, that sex is shameful, right?
Right.
But we can take that narrative back and realize that pleasure isn't a sin. There's a book that, my partner had told me about, because he like Jenny, like, was very much in, like, the conservative Christian kind of realm, and there's this book called by Rob Bell. And Rob Bell, when I first learned about him, I was like, this guy is like, whoa, I never heard of a Christian person that, like, thinks like this, right? And the book is called Sex God. And, like, we discussed that, like, how, like, sex is a beautiful thing. You could have it religion often uses it as a power and controlling tool.
right.
But if you're with if God made you into this physical being and he allows you to have these beautiful physical experiences, why does it have to be a shameful thing? So, like, the idea of sex is not a sin.
It's not a sin because God knew that life was going to frickin' suck with all these taxes, all these fucking everything that's going on. He gave us one out, one pleasure. There it is.
Well, think about the divine feminine, right? Like Mary Magdalene. There's all this drama about who this person is, right? When we look at it from a cultural, religious perspective, was she just a prostitute?
No,
that
she was more.
Jesus was like, oh, you're part of my crew, or was she Jesus's wife? And all the other people were like, no, this is not allowed.
Next to him in the photo,
Yeah.
that should say something. She is the one that was closest to him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think they made her into the prostitute.
Yeah.
She was not a prostitute. Maybe she wasn't like the standard female back then.
Yeah. Or the first woman before Eve. What was her
Lilith.
name? Lilith, right? And they
yes.
said she's a demon, right? Like, that kind of
Call
stuff
every
is
woman a
like
demon.
part of the divine feminine that a lot of religious
But just like
leadership
how they
put it
blame
down.
Eve for the fall of man.
You know it was Adam. Come on. Guys, don't do anything without a woman's permission or looking at her.
Yes.
You know it was him. Like, even before she can tell him. Come on. Women are the voice of knowledge.
Yes.
So he's over here like, an apple. Oh, a snake is talking to me. You know it was Adam that took a bite. I'm sorry, God, if you're listening, but we all know it's Adam.
But I think that plays into purity culture, the Virgin Mary, things like that, the Malinche dichotomy. So this Madonna whore complex in our culture that influences how we perceive ourselves as women, right? We're supposed to be submissive and quiet and self-sacrificing and asexual, right? Sex isn't supposed to be something that pleases us. We're doing it to please our men and then to have children, because that's like the ultimate thing. But I think purity culture definitely ties into that whole patriarchal control that we see in a lot of the religious upbringings that a lot of us experience.
Even to today, all across the world.
Yep.
I mean, in some cultures, they actually mess with the women's Pikachu, with their vagina. They cut it up.
Yeah.
I think
It's called female mutilation.
Yeah, they cut the clit, don't they? Is that the part?
So it's basically like it's a female version of when you have
circumcision.
a circumcision, yeah.
So they won't feel pleasure. That's the main purpose. So they don't feel pleasure. They do it, I think, in some parts of India, some parts of Africa. Like, they do this. It's part of the culture, and people accept it.
Yeah. Yep. And I it's so funny that, like, when I was having the baby, my youngest, we were going back and forth about this. Like, I was at first I thought, I was like, oh, it's because you're gonna be cleaner. Like, of course we should get him circumcised. I was like, no, do not do that to him. And then, like, the more I start researching, the more I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. That sounds terrible. We just got to teach him how to clean himself. Right?
Yeah.
Clean himself properly.
Honestly, and, sometimes uncircumcised is a lot better in bed.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
I think a lot of these myths, though, also, like, manifest in our dynamics in terms of, like, family, dating, marriage, even, right? Like, how our families expect the woman to be in a specific role and how men are in this specific role. And it's interesting to see, like, today, the whole, like, trad wife trend I see plays into a lot of this too. Like, all this stuff is super popular on social media and on
Yeah, it's interesting.
YouTube, like the whole trad wife thing. I was like, oh, I mean, I can get the whole stay at home thing and taking care of your family. It's a lot of work because I know from like, I know it from both perspectives, like being a stay at home person or a work from home person, or working outside the house full time. And both of those experiences are fucking hard. It's just hard being a mom and hard being a woman. But like there's like this like bit of control that always bothers me when I see that stuff. And then I think like this is why women should be sexually liberated. This is why I need to work on healing myself so I don't feel these like push and pull and like embarrassment or shame because of what society is telling me, like what they're expecting of me to do in terms of my role as a woman. But then because that influences my perspective of myself and my body,
Right.
even like our shape, right? Our gaining weight when you're older. It's not, you're not good enough anymore because you're too big. You're taking up too much space. And now the trend is going back into like the heroin chic, super skinny women.
Oh, I
Because
saw
they're
that.
easier to control, right? When
Right.
you're hungry and
I
you're not
hated that.
taking up space.
Right.
And it's like I'm coming to terms with all these things and how it relates to my sexuality and my body. And it's just like, it's a fucking journey.
Right.
So wait, curvy is out again? So Kim
It's not even that
K's
it's curvy.
is out?
Like, well, look at what Kim K. Look how she looks now. She
She
took
got
out
so
her BBL. She
skinny.
got really skinny. Everyone's
So
on
skinny.
Ozempic.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my gosh, they are all Skeletor now.
Yeah, and
What
it's,
happened to the healthy, beautiful curves that they had? Like, I actually really liked her when she had her curves.
well, and I think about it too. That plays in patriarchal expectations, like all the shit that's going on, especially in the U.S. right now.
Right.
Right. Like, of course, they're gonna push like it's skinny means you're not eating, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not healthy, you're in starving, like what you were saying earlier, Jenny, surviving mode.
Right.
You're easier
So
to control.
you're easier to control.
Well, too bad. I'm gonna eat.
It's just funny that like the men that kind of are pushing these standards are, you know, scrawny ass dudes that probably couldn't fix a light bulb with a receding hairline
Micros.
and probably have micros.
Definitely have micros. Or they're the ones they find on TikTok. You know, the cheating guys? They're the ones that they see.
Red
Like,
flag, green flag.
yes.
Not that anyone is judging by size, because
No.
as I said earlier, as long as you know how to use things, then you're okay. And you,
But Stella's
but
a size
yeah,
queen.
I am a size queen, but you know, but I mean, yes, I do agree. You need
Yeah.
to know how to
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm going to judge them because you know why? They judge us.
Yes.
They judge us women. So why don't we have the right to judge the men?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think the other thing too is like people, like we want to keep politics out of everything, but the reality is that pleasure is political.
Oh yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
reclaiming who we are, our bodies, how we feel, how to orgasm, things like that. A lot of Latinas, a lot of women in general weren't taught that sex could be pleasurable, let alone that it could be this divine experience.
Right.
So it's interesting to hear that, where people are like, oh, you know, there's so much going on where politics wants to get into our body, whether
Oh,
it's,
absolutely.
you know, abortion rights or whether or
Birth
not
control rights.
birth-
Like
yeah,
the pill.
Yep.
Not being like
Yeah.
approved by insurance, but you know what? Viagra is approved.
Exactly. Or
Viagra's covered.
how much research goes into things like erectile dysfunction and not into things like endometriosis.
Right.
Right. So it's like definitely a political thing that plays into misogyny.
Put it this way.
White supremacy.
Our country, most of the world hate women. Like you can clearly see it in politics. They hate women. And I mean, that's the reason why we have this dumbass in power is because he was against a woman. If he was against anyone else, he didn't have a chance in hell.
Yeah.
If he was against a freaking eraser, the eraser would have won. But it's because it's a woman
Yep.
and men have this thing against women. And women have this thing against women.
Yeah.
Right. Of course.
Repression. It's
Yes.
religious repression. It's sexual repression. A lot of it has roots in misogyny. And like, think about when the settlers, and they're not settlers, obviously. They colonized and stole land from indigenous people.
And just wiped
But
them out.
Puritans, they were Puritans, right? They were leaving Britain for religious freedom. But their religious beliefs, puritanical beliefs, are very, very repressed. And I think that's such a solid core of what our like American culture kind of believes and falls on that influences everything else.
Oh my gosh.
100%.
Right? I agree with that. I actually think our government is very damn religious. It's based on religion. I remember arguing with actually what is it? B96, one of their hosts about that. She's like, "No, we're the freedom of religion. We don't." I'm like, "No. We are impacted by religion. Who came here?" It was the damn pilgrims, right? Puritans. It was religion. They escaped. We are influenced by religion, and you can see it every single day.
Yeah, the witch trials, all of that, like played into that.
Oh my God, we would have all been burned. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We would have all been burned.
They're still burning women. The modern day burning women is removing their autonomy.
Yeah.
Don't start me. I'm
Yeah,
gonna start
because
slashing tires.
like, you think about sexual and spiritual pleasure, right? The spiritual belief that we are these divine beings.
We are.
We are connected with Mother Earth. We are connected with
We
nature.
have a portal to life. We
Yes.
can bring life on Earth, and you're over here treating us.
Yes.
Like this.
I love that you
Killing
said
us.
it. A portal.
Yeah,
It's
we
literally
have a portal to life.
Yeah.
Like seriously, we do. We bring life on this Earth. What do you guys do? Give us white hairs? Give us wrinkles?
There's a great book that I read before I had the baby, because I was into like understanding the divine feature of childbirth because I went medication free, and
How was that?
at the end I was asking, but it was too late, so I had a baby. Well, this is my second time. I was unmedicated for my middle daughter. But it was because she came so fast. It's like I went to the hospital and like
You didn't have a
30
choice.
minutes later, she's like, "Perm." I was like, "Ah."
Oh,
But I chose this time, and there's this book called Birthing Goddess, and they talk about that, the fact that you are a portal to life and how you can manage the pain by connecting with that, connecting with the raw nature of who you are and the world around you. So I think there's definitely like the spiritual aspect of sensuality, of pleasure, that I think is really, really important. I'm a firm believer in like otherworldly, like magic beliefs, right? Like I'm witchy. And then there's this concept of sex magic where you can manifest through orgasmic ideas. So
oh shit! What have I been
you should
doing?
be tapping into that stuff.
Yeah.
No, what the shit am I?
If you're having so much sex, you should be tapping into all that.
Are you kidding me? When I see him, it's like jump on his head.
But it also, it's like that means that we can be joyful. Like sex doesn't have to be shameful. It could be healing. It could be sacred. Our bodies aren't just vessels for other people. They're sacred spaces for our own pleasure, delight, joy. And I think that's something I'm working really hard towards understanding and healing and connecting with.
It helps with headaches.
Yes, whenever we have migraines.
It doesn't help that much, unfortunately.
It helps with colds.
With me, at least.
Will it help with my autoimmune disease?
I don't know. Go upstairs.
Try it out. We'll wait.
Yeah, have a good time.
So have you guys heard of this idea of the orgasm gap?
Wait.
I
No.
saw that in our notes. I don't know if I put it in there.
I did not put that
Okay.
in there.
That might have been me.
Okay.
Jenny.
No, I think this is really interesting though. Like it's talking about the disparity between how heterosexual men orgasm versus heterosexual women, and we're only listing and labeling it that way because like that's just kind of our understanding.
Yeah.
Like, we're totally supportive of all different relationship types, but just from like our personal perspectives, there's it's well documented. Research shows that women in opposite sex relationships have significantly fewer orgasms than men. And often it's due to lack of communication, partner education, and prioritization of women's pleasure. And it's not necessarily that her pleasure is being prioritized, it's that his pleasure is being prioritized. Therefore, she tends to not orgasm as easily.
They didn't ask me. No one asked me.
No, they're talking about in general. Like,
Oh my God. I
Statistically.
see it. I mean, I'm thinking back about the past. Like, when did you have your first orgasm? I didn't have mine until like I was like 21.
yeah.
It took me like 3
Yeah.
years. Like,
Interesting.
and then since then, love it. And now with my guy now, my fiance, every single damn time.
Yeah.
Multiples. But it took me a while to get it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first had it, I was like, holy crap, what is this shit?
Yeah.
It was like, it took me out of the, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. So
So I see the gap, especially when you're younger.
yes. Yep. I'm the same way. It wasn't I didn't really. I think maybe like that first long-term relationship I had, it was a handful of times. Or I was like faking it because like that's what
That's what you're
we
supposed to
were
do.
supposed to do.
Right.
Faking, or like the porns,
yeah.
right? You're like, oh.
Yep. And then with my current partner of 13 years, he was the first where I was like mind blowing, like, oh,
No shit, you're here.
that's what
You're
we're
still
supposed
here.
to feel like.
Right? Weren't you shocked?
I
You're like,
was.
what is this?
I cried. It freaked him.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's wrong? Are you okay? And I was like, I didn't know what that is. I didn't know that's supposed to feel like that.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was so awesome. I had no idea either.
Yeah. Yep.
How
It
about
took me like until my mid-20s, basically.
Girl, I hear you. How about you, Jen?
Honestly, I don't remember
What?
when my first O was.
Was it like early on, or was
I
it
have no
later?
idea.
Well, okay, that was my O with another person. I was able to give myself like self-pleasure.
I still couldn't figure it out.
I don't
know.
That was horrible.
I honestly don't recall. And it honestly took me a while to even realize that like not everyone orgasms from penetrative sex.
Yeah. Yep. That's yep.
Like I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I couldn't tell you when my first O was.
But you've had them.
Oh, I've had them. Yes, plenty.
Yay!
Plenty.
She's like, I've had a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. And I think too, like, okay, so media representation of this. So do you remember that movie when Harry met Sally?
Yes.
That's why I think
her
a lot
face.
of women
Her face.
That's why we fake it.
she's faking it at the restaurant. Yeah. So but also not just like pop culture movies, but even movies with like Latinas in it too, right? Or Latinx community people in it. A lot of it is like we're often hypersexualized, right?
Oh.
We're always the exotic
Yes,
women.
the seductive,
The
fiery,
seductress.
spicy one.
We're always the damn mistress.
Yes,
Or the two.
yes,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off. Why
Yeah.
can't we be the woman?
I know.
Why can't we be the,
The main
wife?
woman.
The main woman.
And that totally, it's like when you look at that, that's so off balance from what we're expected in real life.
Yes.
Right? We're not supposed to be fiery.
No.
We're supposed to, like, we're discouraged from owning our
We're supposed to
sexuality.
be quiet. And,
Yes.
and only open your legs for your husband.
submissive.
Very submissive. And listen to everyone.
Yeah.
But we have no voice.
Yeah.
Yep. Because the family is, the patriarchal side of the family has the last say in it all. So it's definitely like, it's such a like, it's a mind fuck, right? Like it makes me like, it frustrates because it's such a disconnect from what
Yeah.
we experience to what society thinks of us. So it's like, especially when you're getting into relationships with people outside of our culture, that influences their perspective of you before they even really truly get to
right.
know you.
Wow.
I mean, yours is outside your culture.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of similarities.
But I mean it so much in
Yeah.
my experience. It was more whenever I dated a person who was Caucasian, or you know, like
Yeah.
because my current partners, he's like most of the people I dated were white, and then I had like one other Puerto Rican like boyfriend when I was really really young.
Yeah.
But everyone was typically white, and then my partner is Asian, he's Filipino, but it's such, I feel like it's so closely like
Very
connected
closely.
Very.
to our culture.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I do recall having like a few partners that were white. And the expectation, though, is that I would be a freak in the sheets.
Yep. Little lady in the street.
Yes.
I am,
But I'm clapping.
but that's not all of me, right? Like I'm still a whole ass human, not just an exotic, fiery, spicy Latino. But yeah, it was really mostly with some of the white boyfriends that I had.
Yeah.
And thank God my partner is Hispanic. Because then I feel like I don't have to put on a show either.
He knows you. He knows
Yeah.
the culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel a lot more comfortable with a fellow Latino dating
Yeah.
than being married to a Caucasian. No, like, bad luck or anything to him. So many differences.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's helpful too in breaking cycles because like, especially if they're at least similar or within an age group that like connects
Yeah.
with our own age group, they get it about breaking the cycles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But even Stella, even though your guy's really young, he's still part of
No,
Gen Z, millennial.
No,
like,
he needs to lay down and let me do my job. Told you.
so how are we breaking these cycles? How are we reclaiming our pleasure?
I literally am
Stop doing it now.
Yeah, I'm owning this shit.
Yep.
I am owning it, and I'm proud of myself. Like sometimes I'm in that like mind set that where I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, ew, I have an elephant ass.
And we yell at her.
Ew. No, but then I'm like, holy shit, this elephant ass gave birth to 2 babies and she can have babies. Like, come on, think about it. Our bodies, like the curviness. People were making portraits about it hundreds and thousands of years ago. Like, we were the freaking goddesses. Men wanted us, our curves. Like, we are.
Marilyn Monroe, she was not stick figure.
No.
She was very curvy.
Yeah, she would be considered fat now, according to models.
Plus size.
I know.
Mid-size. Mid-size.
That's the thing. She is not mid-size. She's tiny. Yeah. Did you see her waist is like a 23 inch?
24,
it's
yeah.
like this. Like,
I don't know.
that's not even
that?
That's not even
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's not even my thigh. It's like 23 inches. No, but I'm owning the word fat. Like, I love it. I love my curves now. And I literally feel like with age, you are like becoming more comfortable with yourself.
Yeah, you don't give a fuck.
I don't, and I'm happy. And I really think that's why all those little young guys are chasing women in their 40s, because we are empowered. We love our bodies. We accept ourselves. And we are tigers in the bed. We are aging like fine wine, my friends. Yeah, like fucking like crazy ass like saber-tooth tigers I'm talking about.
I mean, I remember this phase, like when I was dating, of just like owning my sexuality and prowess.
Do.
I mean, but it's just no.
I get it.
It's just a different.
It's just like a different phase of just life in general. I've had a second child. It's fucked with my hormones.
Oh, second, yeah.
So like my body is just completely different from what it was like when I first started dating him, particularly. So I do remember that phase of my life.
Yeah.
Was he tied up?
I think though it's
Open
like
up.
seasons though. It's like we go, especially when you're in a relationship for so long, you go through seasons.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's part of the beauty of it. But also it's like
it's just rediscovering something different, like trying to find intimacy in different ways that isn't just sex.
Yeah.
So
and you have the stability too. Like you can both just be there and just connect.
Yeah, absolutely. But intimacy definitely is important for us. Even if there isn't or is sex involved. But
exactly,
it is a season. Like you said, it's just right now is a little bit of fatigue, tired. We're raising a special needs kid.
No,
it's just right
so
now.
It's just like not as adventurous as it used to be.
But you know what? It will change for the years now. Like,
Yeah.
you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm like, once I get on the other side of this, it's going to be awesome.
It is going to be way awesome, and just grab
Can't wait to sleep better.
Right?
Yes.
Oh God, what is that
feel you.
sleep?
I feel you, Jenny. I think that's hard too. So it's like figuring out, like, I know from a chronic illness perspective, right? Like that fatigue is horrible. I have the extra addition of like pain, which fucking sucks. But finding other ways, I think that's such a great way to put it. Finding other ways to be intimate and physical touch, like. It doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. It could be hugs. It can be touches. It can be cuddles.
But it could also be conversation.
Yeah, conversation.
100%.
Yeah.
So pain has kind of revealed itself to me too, unfortunately.
What?
And because of some of the, I was dealing with chocolate cysts for a while that were kind of painful.
Endo stuff?
Endo stuff. Yeah, it was like first state, like very early stages of endometriosis. But I guess it might have shrunk by now.
Oh.
Either way, I'm on birth control. So so the pain is minimal, but every once in a while something appears again where something is uncomfortable. And I remember
Have you looked into Peak Coast?
not yet, no. But the last time I spoke to my gynecologist, who found like a new cyst in an area that was kind of bothering me, she's like, just keep it kind of mild right now. She's like, don't be too adventurous. And I was like, girl, I'm not adventurous at all right now. I'm tired. But she's like, because you're going to feel it if it ruptures.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it did rupture. It did rupture, and it wasn't as painful. It was painful, don't get me wrong. But she's like, if you start throwing up, go to the emergency room. She's like, don't fuck around with it. She's like, if it ruptures and you're bleeding and you are in pain and you're throwing up because of the pain, like, go to the emergency room.
Get an infection.
But I was like, I was in pain. I was kind of shocked too, like how painful it actually was. And I was like, oh my God, I need a minute. And unfortunately, my partner was like panicking too. He's like, are you okay? Did I do something?
Aww.
And I was like, I am in a lot of pain. I don't think I can handle this right now. Luckily, it didn't get to the point where I was like throwing up, but I did spot a little bit. And that was kind of the first time I kind of realized my limits though, too.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh my God, this was painful. This was painful. That was kind of eye-opening to me. Like, fuck, like, am I really getting this old? Or
Yeah.
do I really have to be careful? Like, how do I prevent this? But she did say, like, because I'm on the birth control, like, it's supposed to shrink. Like, it'll handle itself. It's just, in the meantime, you just have to be careful.
You know, Jenny, I think you should talk to your doctor about PCOS because I know a lot of the stuff that you think you have, like you're dealing with is perimenopause. But I also wonder because hormones are such a huge part of PCOS and people with endo often deal with PCOS.
Right.
You should definitely look
But I only have one little chin hair.
I have like 20. Don't you dare.
And not
because they say that you end up with like chin hairs, right?
But not every time.
No, I know.
It's waxing.
Yeah.
It's just one stupid, like, crazy ass hair that comes out of my chin.
Whatever.
And it's
on my way here.
But mine, it cracks me up because it's just one.
You only got like around. Like, get that crap out.
I can pluck it. It's not a big deal. But I think, that's part of the shock too. Like, or the expectation though also is to kind of keep going through the pain.
Yeah.
No.
Because I remember learning more about PCOS and endometriosis, like, and how penetrative sex is actually really painful for women.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, it's not like was something I needed to unlearn, right? But it was realizing that there are probably a ton of women out there just having sex through pain.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it doesn't have to be painful.
No.
But also, misogyny still exists in medical fields too. So, like, would a doctor take you seriously? Like,
they never do. When
if you tell them, like, hey, I'm having a lot of pain, like, while I'm having sex, so, like, please tell me what I can do.
Yeah.
So
that's a very true thing. Like, it took 6 years.
Right.
Jenny knew about them for me to fully get diagnosed with my autoimmune disease because people didn't take me
just sounds
seriously.
so wild.
No,
to
they
me.
don't take you
6
seriously.
whole
Or the
fucking years.
misdiagnosed. They
The
always.
misdiagnosed.
Right.
Always.
So there's a lot of bias. I was just watching a freaking TikTok about this, about bias in the medical field and why, especially women with endometriosis or PCOS, deal with such terrible experiences. Some of them, it'll take 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And the only way that some of them can fully get truly diagnosed is through such an invasive procedure, the surgery, the endoscopic surgery.
Endoscopic.
Yeah.
But there are other people who are well versed in endometriosis who can diagnose and find and see through intravaginal ultrasounds as well as MRI. But not everyone is experienced in that. And those people who are, it's so hard to get appointments with them because the U.S. insurance fraud
it's like
shit
also
is
so
such a hot
hard to
mess.
just get an MRI.
Yes.
It is.
Besides the fact that it's fucking expensive.
Yep. I have to get before I got my MRI, you have to go through PT, X-rays, steroid shots, and then if those aren't working, then they give you the MRI. It's horrible. So that's why, like I said, even my medicine now, I'm feeling better.
Which is amazing. I can't believe it took this long to finally.
They sit there and make you fail, quote unquote, fail other medications before they give you the stuff.
I know it's such
like
a shame.
a checklist.
Yeah, so
It's such a
cross
shame.
biologic is helping. Hopefully, I will feel better, and I can like what you're saying is like because that's 100% what I'm going through too.
Right.
It's just, I'm tired. I'm in pain.
Yeah, the
I don't
fatigue is
have
a lot.
of like energy to like explore that, but yeah, hopefully once I'm feeling better. Hopefully, we'll both be feeling better soon.
Yeah,
You
for
will,
real.
babe.
We will.
So, reclaiming our pleasure, right? Relearning our body, I think is a really important part of this so we can explore our own pleasure without shame, whether that's masturbation, mindful touch, sensual movement, dancing. I think that's the biggest thing when I was younger. Dancing, like salsa dancing or just dancing at a club. Feeling so powerful in that. And, like, I feel that applies so much to our sexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Even just walking, doing your strut
Movement.
down the street, definitely.
Yep.
But there's something about dancing.
Yeah.
It's just like you just feel your body so much differently, like when you're dancing. Like you actually, I feel sexy when I dance.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not even doing anything crazy or cool or whatever.
mesmerizing.
I don't know. I don't look sexy when I dance. I try staying away.
We
there.
should
Feel sexy.
go salsa dancing.
I know, I'm like,
Merengue.
yeah.
We should just go to a Latin club and go dancing.
I don't know. Every time I clean or cook, I start singing Selena and I start dancing.
There you
and I
go.
swear my cat is looking at me like, what is wrong with you?
I will break a hip, but I'll do it.
The cat's judging me.
Suavemente.
Suave.
There you go.
No, but yeah, no, masturbation's a big one. Definitely relearning your body. I mean, I did that today, right?
Yeah.
My vibrator. Like,
Yeah.
You did that today?
Hell yeah.
You gotta take some of
mean,
the
now I
sexuality
learned.
and
I
give
hope
it to
you
both
washed
of
your
us.
hands.
No, I did. Of course I did. Let me touch you. Oh my gosh. No, it's called a vibrator.
I mean,
Not
I
my
learned-
fingers. It's not
I
my
mean-
fingers. I still don't know how to do that with my fingers. I don't know. I still can't. That's why I use a vibrator. And I have like 2 of them. And one is like Mr.
Sometimes-
Big. He's huge.
Okay, but sometimes it could
Size.
be overstimulating, so that's why just turn your finger sometime.
I
You don't have to put it in; just do it on top.
For real.
well,
I will. Okay.
I still don't know.
Here's.
You got nails, so just do it on
I
top.
know. My nails are gonna get stuck in there.
Oh my God, Stella. On top. On top.
Wait, so you don't like go in there?
Find your
I
G
don't go
spot.
in there.
Oh my gosh, I still don't know.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, I use the vibrator. He has like 2 little
top.
things that touch the clit. So I mean, he's working.
Oh, that's a lot. Oh, I don't know if I could handle all that.
yeah.
I definitely have. I could definitely get overstimulated. That's for sure.
Oh no, I have a tolerance. I build it every day. My vibrator gets to work.
Oh my
Batteries run out like so much.
You need to get you a chargeable one, or when you plug in the wall.
Rechargeable batteries.
Come on, I'm in a long distance relationship. Like
You need
That's what I
rechargeable
said, you
batteries.
need-
I do, and I don't know how to use my fingers. So
This is the thing
You don't.
on myself. I wonder if anyone else out there does not know how to use their fingers on themselves and just resort to having their vibrator. I do.
This is for you and,
Oh my god.
and your man.
Me and my man. Oh gosh, poor guy.
I get a
Poor guy. When people see him, they're gonna be like, "How do you do it?
Excuse me.
How do you deal with her?" He doesn't. I tie him up.
Hi.
No.
So
No.
the other thing we need to do is releasing our inherited shame, right? Understanding that shame was often a survival tool for previous generations. We don't have to carry it forward.
Oh, I threw that in
So-
the garbage.
We could reframe pleasure as divine.
Yes.
Our ancestral traditions outside of colonial religion basically
Facts.
celebrated sexuality, right? It was life-giving. It was sacred. It allows us to reconnect with that.
Yeah.
heritage. I think about the Tainos in Puerto Rico, right? What were they when Columbus came? They are half naked, boobies all out, beautiful beings, tan
I
goddesses.
still want to be
And-
so out.
Our gorgeous sexuality, and it doesn't have to be taboo. It can be empowering. We don't have to carry that shame with us, but also remember boundaries. We're gonna share some resources for healing and education in a blog post.
And Sex in the City.
Yes, but are there any books that you guys suggest that you have in mind? Like I was talking about the pregnancy book, the Birthing Goddess is a great one. But also in terms of like healing and education from like sexuality perspective, do you guys have any suggestions?
I don't have any books, but Broad City,
Yeah,
the TV
that's a
show,
good show.
See, we have the TV
gave
shows.
me
Yeah.
gave me a lot of like confidence in my sexuality too.
That was me with Sex in the City. Sex in the City, Broad City.
I didn't watch a whole lot of Sex and the City. I mean, I was very aware of Sex and the City growing up, like in how Miranda was like that girl. She was that woman, right? She was that woman. She was super confident in her sexuality, owned it, talked about it, and
Samantha?
didn't give. Oh, Samantha. Sorry,
Sam
See?
Jones.
Samantha Jones.
Samantha Jones.
You literally are Samantha Jones, Stella. Like think about, remember when she dated the model who's really much younger than her? You're literally Samantha Jones.
Okay,
reincarnated.
okay.
See, I do remember that. Okay, the only episode that I actually remember is when Charlotte finally got a vibrator,
The bunny.
and
bunny.
the bunny. And she basically was addicted. And she would cancel plans with her friends. And even Carrie was like, I know an addict when I see one. And I was like, I can't blame her, because if she's getting constant O's from like something else that's not a man, come on, you go, girl.
I had to go in there and intervene. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
I don't remember that. See, I didn't totally get super involved in Sex and the City.
I like Sex and the City. It's only because when I was in high school, that's when I first like started learning about it. I was sophomore in high school because I was working at at the mall at like a department store, and all of my like managers were like these super cute younger 20-somethings, and I was like, and they'd always talk about Sex and the City.
They loved it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I have 2 podcasts I want to share and 2 Netflix. I had to pull it up. 2 Netflix shows, like documentaries. The Principles of Pleasure on Netflix is fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really, really good one. They explore sexuality. They talk about women's rights. They talk about toys and safety and consent. It's a really, really well done one. And then Orgasm Inc., The Story of One Taste. That's another good one.
I haven't seen that one.
And then there's also the Sex Explained on Netflix. It's another documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And then podcasts. There's 2 podcasts that I like. Sexually Liberated Women and the Pleasure Positive podcast.
Yes.
They're all very like practical, empowering conversations on sex, women-led. And then another really good book is Becoming Clitorate by Dr. Lori Mintz. And it basically talks about the orgasm gap.
Oh, yeah.
And empowers women to claim their pleasure. So like I said, even though I'm working through all this stuff and this
This
shame.
is so great, though, Free. I love that you're doing this,
Yes,
because
and researching.
I'll still get a little giggly like watching a show about sex and be like, oh my God, that sounds like such a good idea. Giggle, giggle, giggle. But there was something else I was going to bring up too that was kind of helpful. Oh, I mean, I do have a lot of sex books, but they were meant to be kind of like funny, because I
did see those.
Yeah.
there. I was like, oh, this is a Kama Sutra
And
here.
this is me being a nerd, and I need to educate myself.
Kama Sutra,
I
yeah.
gotta read everything about it before I like.
I mean,
dabble.
when I started to get more into my spiritual side, like when I started getting more involved in yoga, like I did learn a lot more about like energies and energy transference, like during sex and sex magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Broad City was basically the one that gave me a little more confidence and autonomy.
Autonomy.
But dating in general was just helpful, because it kind of opened the windows to like what I liked and what I didn't like.
Yeah.
And no, not everybody's good at sex.
Exactly.
Yeah, or kissing or foreplay. We didn't even talk about foreplay, but like
A
that's
lot
all
of-
part
I
of
know.
it.
A lot of them don't even know what foreplay is. What is that? You touch a female before. You know, just insert it. Like, seriously.
We need to be aroused.
Yeah.
In order for the plumbing to work.
Yeah, I mean, dry as a desert. Like, you ain't going in there.
I love it.
I know.
I love it.
Do you guys like
Thinking,
this?
I'm like going back into like any thoughts of like,
I want to hear from our listeners, like, about them. Like, how are you around sex? Are you comfortable around sex? Are you nuts? Are you shy? Do you do the giggle? Do you do the learn all? Or do you just jump right in?
right. I think I'm just kind of learning like what parts I do like to keep private and what parts I don't mind sharing, because I think other people could definitely learn. But I like to keep the intimacy between myself and my partner.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So-
if you do want to share your insights, your thoughts, feel free to visit us at listenmijapod.com. We have a contact form, or you can find us on social media. Stella, what's our at?
At listenmija_pod. And
Podcast.
Oops.
At listenmija_podcast.
Podcast. Okay, like, don't forget that full word. But you just, like, honestly Google us, find us. We're out there. Just talk to us. We want to talk about sex with you. We want to talk about everything with you. Coffee, alcohol, whatever. Shanking cards.
Wow.
Like, whatever you guys want. We're here. We're your sisters. Come on.
And
We're
guess
your tías.
we're your cuñadas
Oh,
talking about sex.
Or your primas.
And guess what? We still have another episode coming up about sex.
Are you guys scared?
We have so much to look forward to in the next one, too. This was a good one, though, guys. And that's all the chisme for now on Listen Mija. We're so glad you joined us for the stories, the laughs, and all the real talk in between. No matter where life takes you, you'll always have a seat at our table. If you loved this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps us keep the conversation going and reach more of our comunidad. Until next time, cuídense, stay connected, and we can't wait to catch up again soon. Nos vemos.
Adios.
Bye.